Well. Hello everybody, my name is Wattles and welcome back to the Minecraft Guide, our 1.14 Let's Play series. Now today's episode is going to be a little bit different. There will be no teaching in today's episode, no talking about builds, a grand total of 0 tips, no tricks, no techniques, and in fact there will be no Minecraft, no talking even. Okay, scratch that. We'll bring those last two back because it's a tour. Today is finally the day. We're going to recap everything that we've been doing in the series in the past 49 episodes. So, without further delay, let's go ahead and go back to where it all started and begin our tour. I'll explain things throughout, so let's go. And so, the tour begins here at about, well, I don't know if it's right here, we'll have to test it out sometime, but the world spawn. So, there's a download in the description, check it out if you want to explore the world. The spawn should be at about -82, -174. Now, the first thing that I'd like to talk about is the thumbnails that I'll have sliding in throughout this whole tour. The thumbnails represent what episode like a build or a project was done in. So let's say we're looking at the sheep farm, I have a thumbnail slide in. That means that thumbnail represents when we worked on a lot or some of the sheep farm. So that should help you find specific projects if you're looking to see them in motion or have explanation. Now, this is the Minecraft Guide series. It's a Let's Play series, but it's also a little bit of an informational series. If you're new to the series, the whole point of this thing is to play Minecraft, have fun, but also explain and talk about techniques and showcase like types of farms and builds and things like that. But here we are at our first home sweet home. So we spent the first, I think, maybe 8 episodes here, maybe a little more, I don't know, it's been so long, but the sweet cave base. So out front we have a wheat farm, and we had a berry farm in here too. Now it's over there, and then do I have anything? I tend to leave things laying around, so if you jump into the world, like with the download, you're gonna find stuff. I'll try to show coordinates every once in a while if you're looking to, kind of explore for yourself, but this is our original home. Then eventually we decided to move up and we expanded the cave base into a bit of a cave room, I guess. Inside we have a bed, some more chests. We had a map. I stole the map a while ago though, a little smelting setup, and then yeah, just kind of like a whole cave feel is what I was going for. But I guess this is the luxury cave, and then we had the small cave over there where we entered. Now over here I have masses of animals, cow farms and sheep farms. Lots of cows, lots of sheep. Both of those mobs are definitely some of my favorite to farm. But over here at the cave base, there's actually really not much else to show. I don't think we did anything else over here. We just spent the beginning of the series talking about mechanics, how things worked, and, really getting ourselves started. We built this bridge in an episode, and I've got to say this is my favorite bridge in the whole world still. I haven't built a bridge that tops this one in my opinion. I think it's really cool looking. But yeah, I think that's pretty much it for the cave base. So, now we need to travel all the way back from where I came from to talk about everything else. So, I got tired of the cave base, I got tired of the pillagers spawning around, looking at me, being rude, and so I decided to pack up and leave. We explored quite a bit, and then it ended up settling out in this direction. So if you're in the world download, the flag is pointing the way you need to go, which is this way. It's quite a long ride. I definitely recommend doing it by boat, and I still really need to come back in here and connect it up. My initial plan was to build like a road from the cave base all the way over to where we ended up settling, where we're going right now, but I just haven't done it yet because the road would be like 1,000 blocks long. It's not that bad, but it's not the funnest project. Believe it or not, I don't know if my favorite thing about this game is building long, winding roads, if I'm being honest. Now, today's tour is being shot with Silder's shaders, by the way, if you're into if you're into the shader pack, it is Silder's. I asked about it at the beginning of the last episode, and you guys overwhelmingly wanted shaders on the tour, so here you go. When we do another tour, maybe we won't do the shaders. I don't know. The sun's a little blinding, so just don't look at it. But anyways, I'm going to sail and get us over to where we need to be for the rest of the tour and all of the other explanations. Oh, that's right. And by the way, it's a guide series, so we're talking about how things work and everything like that. And I will go over a little bit of that in today's video, but I definitely recommend checking out the specific episodes if you want to know more about each build, the techniques, what's going on, all of that kind of stuff. And we are now over at the new base, our permanent home where we're building a city at the moment, where all of the action has been. So coordinates, there you go, if you're trying to head over here. I didn't really leave any markers in the world download, sorry about that, hope you don't mind. Now I would say at the moment this is the main series on my channel. That means each and every one of my patrons receives early access to these episodes. The early access is also ad-free, so that includes the $1 tier. I always forget to say that, but anyways, now when we moved over to here. I thought this was the perfect location because we have a really cool warm ocean out there that looks amazing with shaders at nighttime. I'll try and show it before we end the tour. But when we moved here, we built a wagon, and we lived out of the wagon. Honestly, well, we kind of still are, but not really. We lived out of the thing until we built the storage room 5 episodes ago. If you have a survival world, definitely build your storage room sooner. It'll help you get organized. But this thing was really nice. I had fun with this. I called it a stagecoach, but it's a wagon. It's not a stagecoach. I've learned from my mistakes. Now going up the path over here, we have our wheat farm that I unfortunately just harvested. So I'm not going to do it on camera, but all you do, you hit the lever, the pistons go down at the back, the water comes out, harvests everything, then you hit the lever again, the pistons go up, the water goes away, and then you replant everything. Fun. But in seriousness, this farm is amazing. I love this thing, and it is my sole wheat provider at the moment. I definitely want to get like a crazy productive one, but this one is perfect for what we need for now. Now, going back out of that little cave, we can go over to the abandoned, ruined church build. So, this is where the nether portal lives. It's right there. We'll go in there in a minute. And the whole idea with this build was abandoned, ruined, old, evil, kind of, destructed, and it worked. But if I'm being honest, this is my least favorite build in the whole series. In the whole world, I don't really like the thing. And I still get the urge to tear it down. Like, I just kind of want to remove it and build something new. So I don't know if I ever will, but yeah, that's kind of how I feel about the church. Sorry, build. I'm being honest. I don't know how the shaders are going to really play out in the nether. I guess we'll see, but there's not really much to see here anyways. Here's our hub, just a small half circle. We have a hallway over here that goes over to the mesa biome. That's new. And then we have a hallway over here that goes over to the gold farm. Now, when we built the nether hub, there was a pigman bug, and so I did it all with slabs, so no pigmen will spawn inside of the nether hub, or at least they shouldn't. But this build here is the gold farm, so you go into this thing, and then you aggravate the pigmen, so you like shoot them with an arrow, like this, and then they're going to freak out, and they're going to run over to me, but they can't get to me, and they will go here and fall, and then you can go down this thing all the way at the bottom and get experience, gold, weapons, rotten flesh, all of the drops. They fall far enough to die instantly at the bottom. I really don't use the thing as much as I thought I would, but it is really useful for getting large amounts of experience quickly. But that's just about it for the nether for now. I do plan on doing more in the nether, but I just haven't gotten around to it because it's not fun. The nether is evil. Now over here is just my small potato field. I don't actually have a potato farm or a carrot farm or a beetroot farm quite yet. I could repurpose the wheat one, but I haven't done that. So any potatoes that I have come from this farm here after I found them initially. This cave is an entrance to my strip mine that will go down to from a different way. This is like the old entrance. I never use this anymore, but it is there. Now going up this hill path here, we have the final build in the campground area of the world, which I should probably explain. The area that we're living in over here is divided up into different sections, and the sections can be kind of determined by their path. So this whole area around the wagon has dirt roads, and it's meant to be like a campground, like an old worn down thing. And now around the barn here we have cows, sheep, chicken, and pigs, just literally a bunch of random animals. And then inside we have our mob crusher farm, which I used not too long ago, and it doesn't sound like it's going to work right now. But to use it, take wheat, just go in a semicircle around the fence post. I guess it is up and ready to go, and feed the cows. The grown-up cows will die due to entity gramming, and the drops go down here. This thing is amazing. I absolutely recommend building one of these in your world. It is just so useful. But really quick, the warm ocean with the coral. Let's see if we can get a good view. The stuff looks so good because the shader kind of makes the water like disappear. You see what I mean? I don't know. The water, I guess, isn't disappearing. You have to look at it through glass to get the whole effect, but I think it looks really nice, and this is the whole reason I wanted to live here. Now, I have done most of the cave lighting around in this area, or at least I think I have, because the mob spawns at nighttime are crazy. Like, they spawn a lot, so hopefully we don't run into any creepers. I have a backup of the world, but I don't know. I hope I don't find any of those mean guys over here. But back on the tour, we have things to see. So that's the whole cow farm. That's my main source of food in the world. And then going this way, we have the sheep area. First, let's talk about the sheep shepherd house building thing here that I built. And if I'm being honest, I forgot about it. I never came back and detailed it. I wanted to put like cobwebs coming out of the chimney and like more life around this thing. And I could do that now, but yeah, I just kind of forgot. So in here, there's not much. It's just like a small build to kind of house where the sheep are. I meant to move all of the sheep out of the animal pen by the barn and move them over here. And I started, but I never finished. I really probably should. I wanted that to be only for cows, and it's still like every single animal is over there, which is fine, not a big deal. Now this farm here, this is one of my favorite farms in this whole world. This is the auto sheep farm. Super easy to build. Just a little bit of redstone, observers, dispensers, shears, and sheep. As soon as the sheep eat the grass, they are sheared, and then all of their drops are collected by a minecart and thrown into this chest here. And oh man, it's a lot of free blocks. Like, I am overflowing on some colors, like way more wool than I would ever need, which is a really good thing. But I definitely need to make like a storage silo for this stuff at this point, because I have so much of it, which is good again, but also bad. Like, where do I keep it? Now down here was the original comment of the day wall. I was gonna do like signs and like named items or books and stuff on the wall, but then I was like, no, we'll do something else, and I like our new system a little more. So this is just an aesthetically pleasing wall with arches, which I love. Always arches everywhere, and yeah, it's just a wall. I added in a road that sort of dead ends over here so I could cut back to the wagon to like get items for builds, but I didn't really want this road to connect to this area because this is more like the city road, and then this is again the campground, so it's kind of just a cut through that I use to get around faster. Down here we have the auto sugarcane farm, observer, piston, some redstone behind, minecart below, and then collection chest. It's decently productive. It's been fine for now, but once we start flying around, which is probably going to be soon, I might need to build a crazier one. Over here across the bridge we have a cave. When we go inside of the cave, we notice that it is still not finished. Shame on me. But then down here we have the skeleton farm. Now, skeleton farms are, in my opinion, the best mob spawner farm that you can have ever. So we have a skeleton spawner in there. They spawn, they fall down into the water that's in there that you can't really see. Then they get moved over, and then over again, and then they go up, over again, and then they fall. And I can kill the skeletons in like one hit, which is really, really nice. On this back wall, we have storage space, so bones and arrows and armor, everything like that. Over here, a grindstone for disenchanting things, and that's pretty much it. It's just a standard skeleton farm that I absolutely love, and I got really lucky with the spawner's placement being so close to where I'm building, because I use the thing quite a bit. That is my main source of experience, honestly, if I ever need it. I don't usually need it, though. I usually have a lot of levels. Now, the lighthouse tower building. Part of it's done, part of it isn't. The part that isn't done is down here. The lighthouse is going to act as the entrance and exit to our base in a way. Now, below the lighthouse, eventually I will be installing an ice road that goes over to the stronghold, which is pretty much straight off that way, but I haven't finished it yet. I still need to work on it. The skeleton farm is right over there. Like, if I dug the wall out, I would be in the room that we were just in. So that part's not done, but the whole top part of the build is done. I went with the spiral staircase, which is cool, but it's not so cool on camera. It looks crazy when I look back at it in editing. So I walk like this on this staircase, and I have mastered the art in case I ever need to do it on video like today. The lighthouse was one of my hardest builds because I am not good at towers. No, not at all. And I struggled a lot. I think I had to like re-record the episode maybe twice because I kept building weird looking things, and yeah, it wasn't the best, but I am happy with how it ended up. It's pretty much like a big marker. Now, we have one build over here that is not connected up to anything whatsoever quite yet, and that is our fish farm. The fish farm was built just a few episodes ago at this point. You go down the ladder over here, and then once you go down the ladder, you have a water tunnel that looks really weird with shaders on, in my opinion. Usually shaders make everything beautiful, but this tunnel, I don't know. I kind of like it in vanilla a little bit more. We go down into this water here, and then we find this thing. So this is the fish farm. It's a magma block trap farm. We built it to get us ink sacs, but it actually has been mainly and pretty much only getting us fish, which is cool. I don't really need them though. I have an AFK Fish Farm with a billion extra fish, but it's cool. It's a fun build, and it's definitely a useful build. I just need to get lucky with the squid, because the squid can actually swim out of magma block streams, so they kind of complicate the whole ordeal. But that just about wraps up this whole front little island of builds. So the skeleton spawner, the lighthouse, the fish farm. We will be doing more with the area, but that's just about it for now. So let's go up this path and take a look at the biggest build in the world, which is the library. So the library is not only our enchanting space, but it is also our enchanted book storage space. So like from AFK Fishing. And it's our trophy room at the moment. I have 2 new trophies here, by the way. This was the dragon helmet and our first wither skull. We have our first raid totem, our first shoes, our first diamond, and our first pickaxe, our very first one that we ever made. Over here is a mistake end helmet. This is not the first one. I thought it was, but then I found the actual first one. I saved it, but this is where I do all of my enchanting, which I have to do again soon because I have quite a bit of levels. We have the original dragon egg over here. We have a dragon head over there, and then upstairs, not too much. I'm planning on storing all of our enchanted books probably up here instead of down there, but I just haven't really gotten around to that quite yet, because how do you organize these things? Like, there's like just random enchantments galore. I don't know where to start. Now, this is where we also do our comment of the day books. There won't be a comment of the day today, I think, unfortunately, but every episode I pick a comment that relates to something about the series, and I answer it if it's a question, or talk about it if it's just a general comment. They're chosen at random, so if you ever want to be featured on that, just leave a comment about something. It could be about a build a long time ago, something I said, like a question. It can literally be anything. Now over here is the vine farm that I see people saying quite often that I never harvest, but I actually do. I harvest this thing off camera. It's completely manual, so you gotta stand and dig up the vines. I never do it on camera because it's very boring and time consuming, but it's so amazing because I have an obsession, a deep love for the mossy variants, and for the mossy variants you need vines. So I built this really early on, and I use it a lot, like when I'm in the world just relaxing. Across from the vine farm, we have our giant world map. This map is meant to be our, I guess, like locator map. Like, I have labels for pretty much every village that I've found so far, and anything semi-relevant. Like, down here we have some ocean monuments, and then, random villages, the stronghold, and then we are here. I need to make a banner that says you are here and put it there. But this is the whole world map, and this probably needs updating. We have more builds. You can't really see the builds on this thing, but I don't know if that updated. This map pretty much covers our whole world, like everything that I've seen. I haven't gone off of the maps too much. I did a little bit, but really not all that much. Now, we started the tour over here in the middle of these 4 maps. Then we went up to the cave base, and now we're all the way over there. Entirely coincidentally, the cave base and our current base are pretty much like a straight line from each other, which is really, really nice. But enough with the map. Moving on to this build right here, which is our AFK Fish Farm. This is another thing that I use off camera, but I haven't used it in a few episodes' time. I have a lot of like storage stuff going on here. I need to drink all of these water bottles, just empty them out, but Yep, just kind of excess stuff from the fish farm. I usually get rid of all of the fishing rods and all of the bows because I don't really need them. I do keep a few extra ones here with good enchantments, but yep, for the most part, they're all removed. This is where the mending books are, and then the good fishing rod, and then the fish farm, of course. Out here, we just have like a little balcony. I wanted a small build with an open feel and a balcony and everything, so that's kind of why that ended up being like that. We are reaching the final leg of the tour here. So behind the AFK Fish Farm building is a much, much larger one. Now this is our bamboo farm. If I'm gonna play favorites here, which I don't want to do, but you made me do it, I can hear you. This build is probably my favorite build in the whole world. Inside, outside, I wouldn't change a single thing about it, probably. Maybe. Ask me about it later. I probably wouldn't change a single thing about this build. I really like it. Now, it is a manual bamboo farm, so you have to walk around and cut things down with your sword. It's really not that big of a deal, though, because bamboo cuts down so quick. Now, I tried to make a bit of a lilac garden around outside, almost like, I don't know, like trying to mimic the Japanese architecture style, and then I definitely need to come back in here and add some fish, like some salmon, into the pond. I saw some comments about that, and that would be perfect, like little koi fish, but not actually, so, oh! No. Aha. Anyways, I guess that's my signal to stop rambling about this build. I adore it. I really like it, and the creeper is weak. Not very impressive, man. Now, over here is our storage building. This is one of the newer builds as well. I added a bell on it because I can. I can't ring it, though. You have to... There we go. Anyways, moving inside here, we have first a zoomed in map that I just updated. So this is everything that we have so far. You can see the fish farm, the tree farm that we haven't gone over, just everything in this area. Really cool looking. I love maps. And then storage. I have lots of things, and organization is key to having good ideas, good builds, so I'm definitely glad that I did this. Now, of course, I'm sure you're curious, the diamonds 36, the emeralds almost 2 stacks. Kind of crazy. I haven't been using these at all. I think I spent maybe 1 emerald back when I traded with the blue mushroom. Some rare stuff that I have, lots of cool things, record discs, totems, you know, just rare stuff, and then just various other things in here. Now, if you did the world download, you should have found my stuff in this gray shulker box. I also do have a beacon, by the way. I did put the beacon in here. But yeah, so it's a storage room. I don't know what else I could really say about it. Now, up top, I have some extra tools, like good ones, and this set of armor. I think this is one of my first sets. I can't really remember, though. And that reminds me, the tools that I have, the enchantments. Here you go. You can read them, pause if you want. Decent enchantments, and then the armor set, I would say fairly decent as well. I like it. It's cool. But yeah, that's the storage building. I definitely need to do more up top here, like more chests, and then more like decoration way up top. But for the most part, I'm pretty happy with this build and how it actually ended up and is. Definitely need to come back in and build like an auto smelter soon, to be able to smelt up a lot of the ores that I have, because there's no smelting setup in there, but that's something else. So anyways, let's go down here now. This is my mine. This is the other entrance that I talked about. This is usually where I enter it nowadays. Over here is when I tried to find a slime chunk. So this is how you manually find a slime chunk. I'm not going to go over it. It's in the episode, but long story short, slime chunks are bugged right now, and I had a slime spawn in this chunk, so this is a slime chunk, but no slimes anywhere else, and I check quite often, and there's just nothing, so that's kind of wrong. I think like 1 in 10 chunks should be a slime chunk, and there is over 20 chunks dug out here, and you're telling me I only have 1 slime chunk that doesn't even spawn slime ever? I'm gonna have to press extra doubt on that one. Now, over here, this is the actual, like, center of my strip mine thing, or at least the old one. This is that old entrance I looked at way earlier. That's the cave up there. But over here, I just have, like, some storage, a little bit of stuff, a bed, furnaces, you know, just standard little strip mine setup. Y12 always, by the way. I think I mentioned that already, but Y12 is the only way. So it's a mine. I have lots of stuff down here that needs to be organized, brought up to the storage room, but There's not too much else to say about that other than slime chunks, please cooperate. I want them to be fixed. This is the simple cactus system, SCS, and then over here is the newest build, our youngest build, only 1 episode old, but it is a tree farm. So I have an automatic collection system. Hit the lever, the minecart goes. Turn the lever off, the rail is off. That's how that all works. And when the minecart comes back, it will drop off anything that it has picked up. So wood, sticks, saplings, apples, depending on the tree type. I built this thing because I forget about saplings, like, a lot. I always forget to pick those things up. I don't know. I chop the tree and then I think I'm done. So that's there, and that should help long term, but I haven't really been able to use it all that much yet. Over here we have just extra storage room, saplings, tree related things, and that's actually about it. There's nothing else in this world to show quite yet, actually. Now, going forward, I think we are going to be building a lot of things down here in this low area, including farms, buildings, decorational things. Hey, salmon, you know what? Let's do it. Let's go capture at least one really quick. I always get sidetracked, and it wouldn't be an episode without getting sidetracked. Hey, salmon, you are my friend. Oh, that's the first time I've ever got the tactical fishing achievement, but this is our koi fish friend now, and it will live over in the small pond that we were over at earlier, where the creeper told me to stop rambling, and I better stop before another one comes. So, fish, you live there. Beautiful. I need a name tag on that. By the way, I have 2 pets. I would definitely like you to meet them. This is Bark with the yellow color, and then Big is back there with the red color. Those are my only two pets in the world, but that's all I need right now. I need more, though. So I guess it's not all I need. Now, earlier I said there would be no comment of the day, but I pulled a fast one on you. There's the comment of the day. Of course, I couldn't do it without it. So, episode 50. Today's comment is from John Zook. The comment: the audio settings now are perfect. Music in the background is always difficult to adjust to the levels of, but you got it. Good stuff. Keep it up. And thank you very much, John. I have been working on trying to spruce the guide episodes up in terms of like rendering settings, audio in the background, music, just everything. I like to improve consistently. I feel like constant improvement is a good thing, and I've been trying to do the music. I realized in hindsight that I had the levels just wrong in some of the past episodes, so I really do apologize for that. I am probably going to put some quiet music in the background here of this episode in certain spots randomly, but I hope you guys are enjoying that. If you have any opinions, definitely share them down below, but yep, I'm just trying to get it balanced right. It's very hard to do because I have to take into account like you guys who watch it in headphones and then out of speakers and on like different types of speakers, and so yeah, I'm sorry. That's what I wanted to say about the music, and I hope you don't mind it. But if you have an opinion, share it, and I'm listening. I read just about all of the comments. Now, I have a few final things that I'd like to say before I end the tour. First and foremost, thank you guys, everyone, patrons, non-patrons, just anyone who has been watching these videos. I really appreciate it, and I hope you've been enjoying them. The series is not over. No. I can already see it now, people thinking it's over, but it's not. There'll be another episode in a few more days. I've been absolutely loving this world and the series so far, so I can't say goodbye to it quite yet. Now here's the moment everybody has been waiting for. The seed. There you go. If you want to play in the world and copy. And again, the location right there on screen. Take a screenshot. But there's the world seed. It's down in the description as well. And yeah. Now, another thing that I'd like to mention is the whole early release and access thing. All patrons, you get early access to the episode, so if that sounds cool to you, maybe slide over to my Patreon. By pledging, you help make sure that I can keep doing this, and in return, you get some cool things like early episodes and access to the fan server. I'm working on channel member perks as well, so keep your eyes on that. Currently, if you become a channel member, you gain access to exclusive polls and community posts. But with that, the ramble is, I think, over. So that is the tour. That concludes the first 50 episodes of the Minecraft Guide series. Vanilla Minecraft, hard difficulty, always, by the way, always. This whole world has always been on hard, and I think that's it. My name is Wattles. Thank you very much for watching the tour. Go have a good day. I will see you in the next one. Goodbye, everyone. This world is haunted.